Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today I'm cooking a recipe. It's a Chinese chicken curry. Now many of you will know Cadel and I started crockpot lessons just over 4 weeks ago. We go once a week. Not that we need help with cooking, but I personally hadn't used a slow cooker stock pot before, and I was quite intrigued, and as well it gets me out and have the company of other women, a couple of men there, and an evening of like-minded people. So I've got the stock pot, and this week's lesson, as I say, was to prep food for a Chinese chicken curry. So within the lesson itself, we prepare the vegetables. Now let me put my glasses on and I'll talk you through what I've already prepped in here. I can smell the garlic. So in here...
And they supply all the ingredients.
Yeah, they supply all the ingredients. They give you the stock pot. They supply the meat, the chicken, etc. And the whole course, the 5-week course, is just £10, which works out at £2 a lesson. But just the food itself you get is well over £2 worth. It'd cost me £2 at least just for the two spices, let alone everything else that comes with it. And we bring a load of the spices and the additives home on the last week. But the prep we actually did in the lesson was to chop up an onion, chop up 2 peppers, a red and a green. We chopped up a courgette, some green beans, as I said, garlic. We popped in some frozen peas, which are defrosted by now. So in here are peas, courgette, onion, garlic, red pepper, green pepper, peas and green beans. They're all the prepped vegetables. Now here I have the chicken. And basically I'm just going to chop it a little bit smaller than the slices that come in the pack, and I'm just going to, basically as if I've diced it. In the bowl I have some corn flour, and I'm just literally going to coat the chicken in the corn flour. And each one that I've coated, I'm going to give it a shake and place it in the stock pot. So let me chop up all of the chicken first. I like to look at that bit hanging out. It's not coming off. Let's see what we can do.
Got the big knife.
I know, I always use the big knife. Should be used to me by now. So more slices of chicken. I just don't like those tough white pieces hanging off the end. So I'll just take the knife behind it and cut it out. So these will shrink in the stock pot anyway.
pack of chicken would have been about £3.
It probably would have been, you're right. You know, if I worked out, I should have actually done cost analysis of what goods we brought home this week, the value of it. It's probably £10-20 per lesson that we're getting the value of, but it's absolutely amazing. People come from all over to take these lessons. One lady was a school teacher. Another lady runs her own business. There was an elderly couple who come together who have retired and live at home, and they've come for the company and the lessons of cooking economical food. And they both cook a meal each. So what they do is, this is the day after the lesson, so I prepare this food for the second day's meal. They do the same, but they prepare both sets of the meal. They both pay their own separate £10, and they freeze one of the meals and eat one of the meals. They've got double, so they'll be stocked up at the end of the 5 weeks with, you know, plenty of food. So
there's only 2 of you. You're getting 2 days' food out of one.
You're getting 2 days' food out of one meal. That's right. So they're getting 4 days' food, but they can put it in the freezer and break it up and bring it out whenever they please. Which is a blessing, really. And as I say, it's economical to cook with the slow cooker. At first, right after I'd cooked the first couple of meals, I thought, well, it's such a long time waiting for this food to be cooked, when I could just run it up in the pan in next to no time, you know. I'm just going to start, just going to use my fingers. I'm more of a finger person. I thought it's taking too long to do it this way in the stock pot, you know, but I am enjoying it. I am enjoying seeing what I was doing. I did the lasagna last week and I didn't record it because I was very dubious about it. The amount of moisture in the recipe, the only moisture really was a tin of chopped tomatoes. And as lasagna is, as a mother and as a wife within this household, an oven-based lasagna is my signature meal here. And we have it with meat, we have it with salmon, different types of fish. Sometimes I'll just do a vegetable one. And as I say, it's my signature dish in this house. And I was really dubious about doing it in the stock pot. Now I will play with that and I will do a different variation of it in the future, but I don't think I'll follow the recipe that I brought home again. I did it, I followed the rules.
It was nice.
It had green lentils in, courgette in, onion, tomatoes, garlic, peppers. I'm trying to think of any other ingredient, Mr. Flowers, that may have been in it.
That was it, just the mince, wasn't
it? No, there was no meat in it.
Oh yeah, you've done the vegetable one.
Personally, I didn't think much of it, and I love all the ingredients that are in it. Oh, there was aubergine in it as well. I love all the ingredients that were in it. Everything would be what I'd choose to put in it. It just wasn't a lasagna to me. It was like a casserole with broken pasta in. It's the only way I could describe it.
I thought it was nice.
Yeah, you liked it. Oscar wasn't keen on it. Oscar didn't like it, but he didn't like the aubergine, did he? And to me, I don't know, it just seemed a bit of a disappointment. Now, when we went back to the class this week, lots of people felt the way that I did. and even the lady Claire who takes the class says she enjoyed it, but her own daughter didn't enjoy it, and she's actually taken it off the lesson format. Now she's run these lessons now. I think she's on course 5. I think the course we're taking is course 5. There's another one fully booked to start straight after we finish. And she's actually taken off the lasagna meal in the future. She said she's had mixed responses. She's had some really like it, but she's had quite a few not like it, so she's taken it off the list. But what I thought was really good, after the course finishes, as I say, next week will be our last get together, our last lesson. They do a get together afterwards, and several meals that we haven't cooked are done as a taster session, and we all sit round and taste them, discuss anything that we've invented to do in it at home. Some people have talked about being able to bake cake. I just need to wash my hands again. Some people have talked about being able to bake a cake, or different recipes for different lasagnas, etc, etc. So that'll be nice. For those that drink, they've been told they're welcome to take a bottle of wine. And for those of us that drink tea and coffee, there'll be plenty there for us to have one whilst we're there. So it'll be nice. They call it the slow cooker social, the slow cooker social. They do that once a month, and gradually as the other groups build up, people get to know people that were on the other courses. So I think it's quite interesting. It's an afternoon thing, it's not an evening thing. So this is 2 chicken stock cubes. So as we work the way through, it says 400 mils of chicken stock. So I'm adding 2 chicken stock cubes. All I'm going to do is just break it up into pieces and add that in. Let me know if you have made curry in your stock pot, if you have one, or if you're considering using a stock pot. I know lots of people, when I first mentioned the course, said that's our heating just kicking in. We've got the heating on tonight because it's rather cold. Lots of people said they've been using a stock pot since the 80s and maybe earlier. And I'm last on the bus to use one, because I've just basically been an oven cooker. I don't use a microwave. I don't like the idea of a microwave. I don't use an air fryer. I did use a halogen oven for a short while after I closed the shop. I still had the halogen oven and used that for a while, and then I took that out and didn't use it. So I basically, before the stock pot, cook everything on the cooker, whether it's on the rings, in the grill or in the oven. Everything is done through there. And if I want to keep it warm, I just put a pan of water on the oven, put a plate on, another plate over the top to keep it warm. But I'm not cooking in gadgets type of woman. I've not really done it, have I? But I am taken to this bit by bit. It's just yet to fully prove itself, so I'm hoping this is the one. So we've cut the chicken more finely. We've added the stock cube. I'm going to add in the vegetables. So as I said, we've got onion, courgette, red pepper, green pepper, garlic, peas,
green beans.
Green beans. and that's all going in. There's no celery in this one this week. I found it quite unusual. A lot of people in the class said they didn't like celery in the food. I thought that quite strange because a lot of the time it either dissolves down to nothing or you cut it into very tiny pieces. So
you don't really taste it, do you?
yeah, but a lot of people were averse to it, you know.
Even though it's strong raw.
I think I was one of the very few in the class who didn't want mushrooms added to the meal because I can't take mushrooms for indigestion reasons. But Mr. Wallflower sometimes adds extra mushrooms on the side. He cooks separately and he'll add that at the end of the meal. So I wouldn't normally use soy, but it's part of the recipe, so I'm going to put it in. So it's 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. Are you looking to see if there was one in from
sure there's one
last time? Let me just use this one. Like a vinegar top on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's 1 teaspoon of soy. Another spoon. And what do we want of the ginger? We want 1/2 teaspoon of the ginger. I say these are lovely little gifts to bring home and reuse and reuse and reuse. This is absolutely fabulous. And 1/2 spoon will fit in. Ginger, turmeric the same. 1 teaspoon of the turmeric. And we like turmeric, don't we, and the health benefits of the turmeric. I'm a bugger for making sure my waste is all in one place. That should give it some nice colour as well, shouldn't it? And the actual curry powder is 2 teaspoons. They have these silly stickers on them, don't they? I'll be here all day, folks. I'm here all week. So what do I want? I want 2 teaspoons of curry powder. So that's 1. I'm actually going to put 3 in. It's very mild, and the taste test we had within the classroom was even a lot milder than I expected, so I'm putting 3 in for my taste. We don't like it hot, but we like it flavoursome. Now I'm just going to have to do a run to the pantry to look for some coconut milk. Now it's not part of the recipe, but I'm going to add it to give it that extra creaminess. So this is where my kitchen, my rules. So as I say, you can see there it's not part of the recipe. I'm just going to grab some.
And nothing for me to take this week. Nothing for me to taste.
Have that in the pantry shelf. Right way up would help me, Leanne. I end up, this is a nightmare. Can you open that for me, Mr. Wallflowers? And the daffs are still looking well, just behind the recipe. Nice big luscious vase full, and it's just so beautiful to just come in and make a cup of coffee or wash the dishes and see them on the side. It's lovely. So I'm actually going to add the whole of this. Oh, it's quite thick. Why is it thick and not milky? I'm adding water to it anyway.
Down the heat.
Yeah. I'm just going to get myself some water. So it calls for 400.
But you put a lot of milk in.
Yeah, so I'm
just
just going to go 200. And the distiller's not giving me water. So I've got some of our pre-distilled water at the bottle. Add that in. Just going to put a little salt and pepper in. Give it a good stir around again. Now I'd recommend either putting this on low for approximately 6 hours or all day if you're out at work, etc. Or if you're preparing it for an evening meal and you want it done quicker, I'd put it on high for say 3.5, 4 hours, and that's where it comes into play for me then. That's when I think, oh gosh, it's taking 4 hours. But I'm getting used to it because I can walk away and leave it. You know, it's not a pan I've got to stand and watch. I don't like the thought of bits hanging over the edge. I'm just going to wipe my rim. I don't like the look of things like that. Looks a bit sloppy to me. So I'll pop on my lid. It's not even plugged in at the moment. Plug the unit in, and mine's going on high for the 4 hours. And then clean the mess up in the meantime, leave that to do its thing. As I say, I'll take a photograph of the recipe show that more up close. A little hanger to hold my recipe up. And just wait for that. Hope you enjoy seeing what I've done at the lessons. I know this is only the second one I've shown you. If you're enjoying it, I'll show you what I make next week. As I say, next week's the finale. And I will try and get a bit creative myself and come up with something. I haven't done a lot of cooking videos. I've just done the odd one here and there, probably in the last 6 months. So it's time I need to get a bit more done in the kitchen and show you. I forget. I just get on with it, cook the meal, do what I'm doing, and I forget to get the camera out half the time. Today has been quite a daunting day. Mr. Wallflower's had an operation today. He's had 3 teeth removed. So he's had wisdom teeth removed from the back and another tooth. And he's quite shocked at the distance, the gap it's left. He had to have, what was it called, Mr. Wallflowers?
Midazolam.
Midazolam. He's struggling to speak a bit, but he'll tell you.
I'm struggling to open my mouth. It's still hurting. It only took half an hour, but I was knocked out. I've only just come round now. Come round in the clinic, come home, and then fell asleep. So I've had about 3 hours sleep. I'm dosed up on painkillers. It's still
You've
here.
just got to keep your tongue away from the socket, haven't you?
And I can't eat nothing solid for 24 hours, so by the time that's cooked, I might be able to have some tomorrow.
And you can't drive for a few days either, can you?
So I'm off work now for the rest of the week and all of next week. So I'll be eating soup tonight, I think. And no drinking tea. I don't think I can do any tea.
No,
just
you have to
drinking
have
water.
cold drinks, yeah.
So hopefully it should be a little bit better tomorrow, once all the swelling's gone down and it's healed a little bit.
He'll be okay. He's a big lad now. I find it quite amusing. I'm sat outside in the waiting room waiting for him, chatting to a couple of other people in the waiting room who decided to chat to me, looking in and out of my phone to distract myself. And in between I could hear dentists talking, you know, saying, "Oh, you're being such a good boy, you're being such a good boy." Now, a couple of children had gone in, but several men had gone in at the same time. And I was thinking, I wonder if them men need such a boost to be told I'm being a good boy to the dentist, because I know I do. I don't like the feeling of being at the dentist, and I know they say to me often, you know, they don't call me a good girl, but they say to me often, "You're being really good, you're doing well, you know." And it just amused me to think, are they talking to the men or are they talking to the actual boys?
I didn't even get a lollipop at the end.
No, they don't do that anymore. The dentist always used to give you stickers, but also sweets or a lollipop as well, didn't they? How bizarre.
To make
Keeping
sure
the
you come
business.
back.
Yeah, returning business. Okay, hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've either can tell me that you've made it before or something you're going to try, whether it be in the saucepan or indeed in the slow cooker. Thanks for joining us. Take care. We'll speak to you soon. Please remember you're loved. Bye bye.